Morning everybody, Dale here with Scrapyard Rescue. On today's video we're going to go back onto the 79 Bonneville we got, and we're going to put the carburetors together. If you see here, these have all been stripped down, put in an ultrasonic tank. Everything's been all cleaned up, nice and good and shiny. We got a new kits for it, gasket kit and stuff. This is the one, I already put one together just to, make sure we had all the correct parts in the correct place. So these are Amel Mark II carburetors. I suppose you could say they were an improvement over, the monoblocks and then the concentrics, and then they went to these Mark IIs on the later bikes. When I had my shop going on a lot of the bikes I would switch over. If a guy wanted to ride the bike and it wasn't just going to be a show bike, I would go ahead and do the Mikuni conversions on it. I was sold on those, especially on the Nortons. You could put a single Mikuni on them and those things ran like, like bandits. So that's an option with the guy if you don't want to mess with Amels. They are not the best carburetor in the world, that's for sure. You can step up and go to the Mikunis or just go ahead and rebuild these. You can get all the stuff for these anymore. You can get the slides and you can get it all. But we're going to go ahead and put this one together here. So let's go ahead and start with the, let's get the parts out. That will work. There we go. And these gasket kits, pretty much all you get is you get the float ball gasket, you get these three big fiber washers, and then the two little O-rings for the screws that go in them. So this one, the plug in the bottom, this is just a drain plug. It takes that skinny, wider washer. I screw that on there. Then this is the fuel, the fuel filter, and there's a little, you can see in here, there's a little filter in there. Helps filter, whatever your gas tank in. That one goes on here. There we go. Come on, get in there. There, we got her. Oh, no, it's not going in there. Come on, get in there. What's going on here? There we got it. Okay, got that. Next thing, go ahead and put the float and the needle in. You can get complete rebuild kits for these. You can get all this stuff, the float, everything. If everything's just really junked, you can get a whole new kit for it. So got that in there, and then this little washer sits right on here. Then the top of the carb. This goes in. Does this go on here? No, this doesn't go on here. I already forgot. No. This just screws into here. Like that. Then this is your jet. Okay, we're not going to put that one in right now. Gonna hang on for just a second. We're gonna stop here for a minute, and we got to stick a wire through here. This one's clogged. So, okay, guys, I got it cleaned out. Stuck a little wire through it. Shot some brake parts cleaner in there, so it's all good now. Be careful on that. Even being in the ultrasonic cleaner, it didn't get that stuff out of there. Okie dokie. So. And it just slide it down like that. And there we go. Come on. What's going on here? There we go. Going down.
So Dale, I hate to interrupt, but do you mind if I ask, when you were saying earlier you do a conversion with the Mikuni carburetors, you said that there's a conversion you can make for these and the Nortons that go from a dual carburetor to a single carburetor with those?
Yeah, you can get single carb conversion kits. You know, for all the twin carb British bikes, you can get those. Now, with a footnote on that, I used to get all the Mikuni carburetor conversion kits, and I got them through Sudco. So any of you guys that have been in the bike business and stuff probably all know about Sudco. But what I just heard, well, I just saw it here not too long ago, that Sudco's shut down. So I don't know if somebody else has taken over. See, Sudco was the only Mikuni supplier in the U.S. For, decades. So I don't know if somebody else is doing it or how you would get those conversion kits. I know on the British bikes you could get them shipped out of England. You got to, pay the price and stuff. But okay, we got to double check something in here because it's not quite wanting to seat down all the way. So make sure something didn't get bound up.
Now, when you're going to a single carburetor like a Mikuni upgrade for these British bikes, are you just getting a big enough carburetor to make up for the extra fuel and airflow?
Yeah, you have to get a bigger one. The Norton ones I used to use were, I believe they were, I think we were putting like 35 millimeter carburetors on them on the 850s. The 750s you could get by with the 32 millimeter Mikuni single, and that would work. Okay. What's going on here? Why is that little float doesn't want to go in there quite right? There we go. Alrighty, now we got it. Let's try this again. There, now it clamped down. These aren't bad carburetors. They were, just like anything else. A production, anything that's production, you got to understand that the factories had to kind of keep their cost control under the, if they put high grade carburetors on everything, and if they did all that kind of stuff, you know, they'd have to raise the price of the bikes up, and then they wouldn't sell, and then, you know, and a lot of guys, when they buy stuff, you know, you all probably know it, that you kind of want to screw around with it yourself, you know. You buy a bike off a showroom floor and you ride it, and then you start fiddling with it, you know. You start buying the upgrades. That's why they sell all the upgrades, is because they know the guy that's got the bike or car or whatever it is, they want to buy stuff and put on it. You know, so that's what they did. These little things I'm doing right here, these little goofy little tabs, those are just for the where the overflow tube comes out of the carburetor. It's just a thing to kind of guide the little tube down so it goes underneath the carburetor and this doesn't spill gas all over everything when they leak, because they leak. Got to get these out. Put new O-rings on these. Come on, get out of there. There we go. These things are kind of hard to put on. These O-rings are. So, best way to do it, get it part way on, get the your little pick thing here, and then just kind of slowly work. Come on, get on there. You know, one end over, and get it in, and then you can kind of roll it in. Be careful with them, you don't break them. Because more than likely the ones you take off you're going to break. So if you break these, and then the one with the point, this goes in up at the angle. That's to just adjust your slide up and down a little bit. So there we got that one.
So is that your idle setting?
Yes, kind of.
Your idle speed?
Yeah, it's just that if the slides are completely closed, the bike won't run. It's got to have a little air in there, a little gap in it. So, and that just that's just a little adjustment on them. There we go. Got that one on. This here is an air mixture screw. There. There. And gotta hang on here for a second because I think I forgot to put that little washer on right there. There we go. Yeah, don't forget stuff. When you look around on your bench and you got something laying there, go, oops, where did that go? There. All right, this one's done. The only thing we have to do yet is we've got to hook the chokes up on it. These are the choke mechanisms. They hook together and then they link. All these little stuff here is stuff that links it. So, you know, this one here has got the little thumb. You know, once it goes in, it's got the thumb thing where then it does both of them. But we're not going to put those on until after we get the carbs mounted on the bike. It'll be easier than trying to sit there and, you know, do all this and hold them so they're not falling all over the place and stuff. So we'll put those on. But these are basically ready to mount on the bike. We've got new well, we lost them. Somewhere we got new. Here they are. We got the new boots. You just go on here like that.
No, now I know you didn't say you have not got your website up, but guys can reach out to you in the comments if they're looking for these part kits, and you're able to get them. Is that correct?
Yeah, you know, like I said, I just was in the British bike business for a long time, for you know, a couple decades actually. I am still an authorized dealer for the two main British bike parts suppliers in the United States, for JRC and British Cycle. So I can still order parts at dealer cost and, you know, and resell them. You know, I'm perfectly authorized to do that. So if anybody...
With a small markup, obviously, because you got to cover your shipping and your time. You're not really selling stuff to make money, but you're willing to help guys out, I guess, as you're doing with this. So, yeah.
If you look on stuff like on parts and some of this stuff on like eBay and stuff like that, it's like the price they're charging for stuff is stupid. You know, so I can do that. If you're interested in doing that, yeah, just send me a comment with you know, with some kind of a link to, you know, a text number or something. I can text you. We can start talking back and forth, and we can see, you know, what you want. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on here. In. There we go. Okay, we got that. And then there's another link. You'll see the back of these carbs. Once they get mounted and we get that stuff, there's a link that holds these in place so they're, you know, they're not kind of doing this when the bike's on. And then a little tube on here. You know, this little gas tube hooks the two carburetors together in the middle like this. We're going to get some new gas line for everything. No, we're not going to put this hard. This is like hard plastic already. And that's it. We're going to go ahead and mount these on the bike. And then I think we'll get back and show you what they look like when they're completely set up. We got to get the throttles in. All that kind of stuff. We had a little problem earlier. We thought we had lost one of the needles, but by God, we found it in the box. So we can get the carburetors on this bike, get the throttles hooked up, and we may possibly, so make sure you keep watching the video, that we're going to try to see if we can get the bike to actually start here today, at least for fire, see if it fires, you know, and runs. Which would be kind of cool. So just you know, hang on. We're going to keep going and get these mounted up, and you know, keep working on the video. It's not over yet. That goes into the throttle. Let's go in there. I'm thinking this. because there's the other one. And there's that. All right. Are you filming it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this goes in here. Like that. And then we got to stick this thing in here. Where is it? There it is. Come on. You got to get this little thing out. There. That's what we want. So, the two carburetor ones go in there, and then you see this other slot here. That is where this one goes. That goes in there, like that. Then these go, oh shoot. This kind of gets to be sort of a pain in the butt here. Where's those two? They lock in like that. And this locks in like that. This locks in like that. Then hopefully everything stays together. And yeah. Oh, I see what's going on with that. Kind of broke. It's got to go back up in there. That one's right. The other one's on here. These little rubber things are kind of messed up, but it's okay. They don't have to be perfect. You know, you could get those. The other cap. I should probably move this out of the way down so you can see what we're doing, huh? There's that. And that. And then, okay, we need this little contraption back. So, put the needles go in. Let's just do this one at a time.
Yeah, with that tab facing down, is that correct? On the metal plate?
Yeah, it's got to lock in there. No, actually, that little dinky tab goes up, and then a slide drops in there. Well, let's put the needle in. So this would go, no. This goes into the center. No, it doesn't. It goes into here. Like this. And then the needle. And the needle goes. Okay, we're having a little problem here. I'm sure I got all the parts. I'm missing something. Where's the other needle? Oh, here it is. And the plate, and the slide. All right, where's the cap? What happened to the freaking cap? Oh, there it is. It's on the floor. Found it. Okay. Here's the best way to do this, guys. Just take everything back apart. Now, we got the carburetor here. We're going to, you you can see over here, we kind of had to look something up and get a, I guess it's not gonna, but you can see up here, is this gonna slide down? No, it's not, but you can see how the throttle stuff goes first. So we drop the needle in first. No, we don't. We put the cable, where's the spring? Here's the spring. Spring goes on. Then the plate goes on. This little notch, see a tiny little notch? Put that up towards the cap. And that goes down in through the center. Because that little thing has to lock.
That one, I think, if we remember, it went through the side one. Because the needle needs to go through the center.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go, see? And cramp everything up here like this. Then it goes down and through. So you poke it out and you get it over there, and then we'll drop the needle in. That's in. Yep, looks good. Got it. Pretty simple. Sort of.
Except you need a second set of hands.
Yeah. It's always good to have a, you know. Come on, get in there. There it goes. All right. What am I doing here? Why won't it go down? Let me back out this. Oh, that isn't a set screw. That doesn't back out. I was going to say maybe that screw was too tight, but there it goes. Just kind of got to fiddle with it, I guess. Okay. Works. Now, this out of the way. Yeah, make sure you don't forget to put this on. You'll have to take the whole thing apart again. Yeah, this is where it gets this is where you need the other finger again. Hold the slide up tight. Get this out. Yeah, come on. Okay, got that one in. Now we're gonna, okay, that'll hold that down. Now we're gonna have to do it to this one. Did you get it? Okay, there you go. Put that in, that back down, this out. Oh boy. Here, did you get it? There. Oh shit. Come on, dang it. Why won't it? Which one do I need? I need that one. Okay. All right. Oh, I need a little pointy nose pliers. Okay. Come on, get in there. Well, I got those two in, but it's not wanting to let me now get the Yep, now this stupid little thing inside is stuck. Wait. Okay guys, we had to kind of take a pause there, and it was getting a kind of little nerve-wracking, but we finally got it. Watch down in there in the slides. I think it should, are they both working? I could feel them moving, so we got that. All right, so, okay, we're going to go ahead and kind of pause for a minute. We're going to get over and get these things on the bike and get that part set up. Okay, guys, we got the carbies on. We got everything hooked up. Talk about a freaking nightmare. Getting the choke hooked up and all this stuff on it. Oh, my God, it was like almost drove us insane. But we got it. We put some gas in the carburetors. They should be full. We hooked it up to that other bike because, of course, we don't have a bottle. But we got spark. We think there's gas in the carburetor. We're going to shoot some brake parts cleaner in there. Just for the heck of it, to see what we can get and see if this thing's going to fire or not. That's all we're looking for today, is if it's going to pop off. If it does, then that takes care of that part, and we'll start worrying about everything else. So here we go. Let's see what happens. I hope it doesn't backfire and take my foot off. Ready? Oh man, it's got some compression. Did you hear that? I heard a noise.
I think I saw a bunch of crap shoot out the exhaust, so we may have a pack rat.
Uh-oh. That could be it. Tell you what, it's got compression though. Is everything still on? Oh, there we go. Okay, let's see. Okay. I wonder why this is doing that.
You want me to give it some kicks?
Yeah.
All right, trade me.
Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay, I think what we're going to have to do is stop. We got mufflers filled up with mice nests. It's shooting shit out the back when he's trying to kick it. It's not gonna start. We got to pull off the mufflers. So we're going to go ahead and get back here in a second with that.
Cool. Yeah, you see how much crap is coming out? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that is stuffed. That one's not. But they are stuffed full to the gills. What's wrong?
All right, guys, we're back. We got the mufflers off. They had rat shit in them, so we're going to see what goes now.
All right, which one not?
Go for it. Could try choking it, see what happens. Woohoo! It's still blowing crap out of the exhaust pipe. I was just looking down. Every kick, there's chunks flying out of it.
Oh,
but
and it fired that time.
That'll clear it up.
I could probably add fuel.
Yeah.
I gave it a pretty good amount of thought. Ooh, she's popping.
Yeah?
Cool.
Well, it fires. We gotta... It could be... You know, it could be anything. It could be out of time. It could be, you know, I don't know. Let me shoot some more juice up in it and kind of see if we can get it to go for a couple of seconds longer.
Probably out of fuel. We didn't hook up a tank to it yet. And brake parts cleaner doesn't really combust the same way starting fluid does.
You still on? Okay, let's see if it does anything again.
I was given a good amount of throttle.
It runs! It's back from the dead. That was probably all the fuel we had in it. We just filled up the bowls, but god dang, it freaking runs and runs pretty good. If we had some fuel in it, I'll bet you we could drive it. Okay, well, that was our main goal, I think, for today. We got lots to do. We got to get the fuel tank finished cleaning. It's still a mess. That's the big thing now, is get that clean, get that mounted so we can get, you know, real fuel. I think the points and the timing, you know, that for being sitting for 30 years, that actually started pretty darn good. So I'm not complaining at all. I think we got us a runner. We just got a lot of details to do. So let's go ahead and end this video here today. If this is your first video, we got a couple more on the Triumph. You know, go back and watch them. But let's just end it for today and take a break here. And we'll get back pretty soon with another one. Thanks for watching, guys.